Hi peeps, how you all doing? So I thought I'd do the comparison video on the ta01 Escort Cosworth and the ta02 Lancia Delta. I already took the pins out to make the bodies easier to get off. I'm only doing this video for the people that don't know the difference between the chassis. Some of you might already know, some of you might not know. So I'm just going to do this video to show you if you don't know. So give me a second, I'll take these bodies off. Like some of you might notice already, like straight away. So here's the two chassis side by side. So ta01 on the right, ta02 on the left. So looking at them side by side, they don't really look too dissimilar apart from like the colour of these turnbuckles. Yeah, they don't look too dissimilar, but yeah, they are not exactly the same. They look the same, but they're not the same. And the main difference is, like I said, is this centerpiece. So on the ta02, if you take a look at this drive shaft and then take a look at the one on the ta01, this one is considerably longer. And I'll show you that now, because if you remember, guys, I said to you I was going to order the upgraded drive shaft for this. And hey presto, here it is. So as you can see, ta01. If this was for the ta02, it would fit. So just so you can get a comparison. You see how significantly longer that drive shaft is. You see, and that fits this car, see. And I mainly know that because I made the mistake of ordering two of these because I thought they were both ta02 chassis, but it turns out that this is the ta01 and this is the ta02. So anyway, I've got the drive shaft, I'll fit that at some point. So it's not just the drive shaft though. This compartment in here, as you can see, there's limited space. You could get the servo. You can get the servo in there if you was running the old style ESC, the mechanical like one. And then if you look, so the ESC on this one is here, and there's only space for a servo in there. And obviously you got your steering servo here with the receiver here. On this one, the receiver is in here. The receiver's there on top of the servo. The ESC is in that little gully, look, is actually sat in it, whereas it's not on this one because there's no space for it. So it's actually sat up on the top bit. So technically it's sat here. Yeah, do you like the RS writing? Anyway, so that's another difference. So it's obviously this, being able to put the ESC down inside here, whereas you can on here and not here. So ta02, you can't. The other difference is the way the motor is mounted. So if I put both cars like this, if you look, let's try and bring them a bit more. You see how this one is sat kind of just behind the wheel and this one's not? Is more slightly moved forward. But the chassis, the width, the length is the same. See, the length is the same, but the chassis is actually shorter. But these red pieces will fit on the ta01 or on the ta02. All this is the same. The suspension is the same. the ball diff in the rear on both of these cars is the same. The suspension is the same, the uprights are the same. I believe the differentials are the same. So yeah, other than that, guys, the main difference, like I said, is the centerpiece of the chassis. Oh yeah, and just so you can see, no, I've actually got an opportunity to show you. So you can see that they're the original wheels. You see the screws on the back? That's because these wheels come in two pieces. You have to screw them together, which is from the old style wheels. If you look, you can see it looks like it's see-through, but it's actually not. I painted the inside bit black, so that from a distance, it looks like it is kind of hollow, but it's not. If I didn't paint it black, the inside would be white, the same as the wheel. So yeah, I just painted the inside black. Like if you look at these wheels on a newer car, like on the ta02, say like on the ta02 Cosworth kit, they're like these. Like you can just see through them. Like if I went and got my ta02 Cosworth, you could see it. But it's exactly the same as looking at these, but you can see through them like you can like that. So other than that, yeah, well, you could tell that these are the original wheels. But yeah, that's the main differences, guys, is this center bit. I've noticed though, if you look as well, the oh, actually, that would probably be because I've got extra spacers on this chassis than I have on this chassis. Oh, actually, I don't think that would really make a difference. Oh. As you can see, the ta01 is slightly higher. Not by a massive amount. Well, there you go. Let's turn the lighter sideways. Right, you can only get that like to there. If I put it under this one, I can actually turn the lighter sideways up. Look at that for ground clearance. That's why I like these chassis. I actually do like these chassis. Even this one is good. Well, you've seen the way it drives in my video the other day, so this one's not too bad either. The reason why I like these chassis the most out of the Tamiya chassis is because they got the more ground clearance. It acts more like a rally car, and you can drive it on the grass. Whereas if it was like a Tamiya TT02 or TT01 or a TL01, alright, you can modify the TT01 and the TT02 to kind of run off-road. Again, you're limited. The TL01 I've not really seen modded to run off-road apart from, I think it's like they use it in the Toyota Hilux chassis. It's like the TL01 chassis, but I think it's got slightly longer arms and bigger wheels. Obviously the suspension is a lot more higher. But I think it is pretty much based on the TL01 chassis though. But yeah, it might be a different kit that I'm thinking of. But yeah, well, that's the main differences, guys. And yeah, like I said, I actually do like these chassis. I prefer these chassis more. Mainly for the simple fact that you can run them off-road. And now I've got this as well, so I will install this and get that in there. But yeah, that's the differences, guys. Please like and subscribe, leave any comments.